last game. I thought they were going to try to get better draft position, keep LeBron's minutes limited. I thought maybe 25. He played 35 minutes last game, so there's no holding him back, even though the Lakers are already officially eliminated. So people are heading the direction. I don't know if it's pro-Lakers of this or anti-Wizards, but right now the money's showing up on the Lakers -2.
Weekly PGA preview this time is on a tournament that starts earlier than normal because it's the WGC Match Play event, and that means they'll be in action tomorrow. It's unique because it's match play. It's not medal play. And I can live with this once a year, like I can live with the Stableford system once a year. I think a little bit of variance is fun. So I'll be interested to watch this tournament. Should be a blast.
Yeah, the betting public doesn't get too involved in this one. Our handle is about half what we see on a normal weekly event, even though we have an extra day like you mentioned on it. You see the market on the first-round matchups. Everyone has the same matchups. It's not like a weekly event where I can create our own matchups that are different than another shop. So there's a pretty standard market price in all these, and match play is just such an equalizer here that a lot of upsets happen. It's tough to lay big prices, but then people want to get involved on the favors, but the prices are pretty steep. So it's just something that people don't get too involved in. But we do have a second tournament, too, down in Puerto Rico with actually Dominican Republic, a stroke play event there. And we got Tony Romo playing in that this week, and I listed him at 10,000-1 to win outright, but obviously he's not going to win the event. So I put up a first-round score by Romo at 79.5. And last year he played in the same event and shot 77.82 for his first couple days.
All right. Just on the match play, the way I've approached it is, I kind of look at this as the opportunity for an underdog to maybe knock off a big name early. And sometimes if you can get a decent price with, a halfway decent underdog who's looking to make a name for himself, take down one of the big shots, maybe that's not a bad bet. Do you agree with that philosophy?
Yeah, you can see how some of these guys are playing coming in. There's a couple guys that are really struggling out there. Patrick Reed is one of them. So if you're looking to fade him in this, it's tough for these guys to turn it around rather quickly. Jordan Spieth obviously is another one. He's having lots of issues beyond his putting, but he's a very small favorite against Billy Horschel. But I could see fading some of these guys with the higher prices based on their poor performances recently.
Jeff, I got a question for you. Somebody like Alex Noren, who's on the board at 80-1 here, not in great recent form, I guess, which is why his price is there, but 10-2 in his 12 matches at Austin Country Club since this event moved there. How do you sort of weigh that in terms of the pricing from, a guy that's had success here compared to his recent form?
Well, I did weigh that in, and normally based on his current form, I would have put him somewhere about 125-1. So sticking him up at 80-1 kind of takes a little bit of that into account, what his power rating is in the tournament. And there's a few guys that I've done that based on, like an Ian Poulter. Ian Poulter's fabulous at match play. I've got him listed at 30-1. He's one of the guys I like this week, but normally he'd be 50-60-1, and if you look beyond the match play itself. So those records are accounted for.
On the pitch, what are we looking for the soccer match of the week, Jeff?
Well, we got tonight the last part of the friendly session, and the Chilean national team visits the U.S. playing down in Houston. We have the line Chile pick -135, U.S. +115, total of 2.5 under -130. And the U.S. is coming off a 1-0 win over Ecuador a few days back. So this should be a highly competitive match. Chile's a really solid team. If you remember last year, they won the Copa America championship. So this should be a good test for the U.S. team.
I'd like to see unfriendlies where fighting is not only allowed but
little
encouraged.
Hockey in there, little checking and stuff.
Yeah. I think I'd watch that.
Some of the stuff I could tell you about these friendlies. There's Argentina's playing at Morocco today, and Lionel Messi is missing the match. But had he played, there was an agreement in place that the Moroccan players could not go anywhere around him. They could not tackle him at all. And that was part of the agreement for Argentina to play at Morocco. So completely opposite of hockey.
Boy, if they put that in hockey, we could still be seeing Wayne Gretzky going up and down the ice. I think I might go for that in hockey. All right, let's talk about what's happening at Superbook, at the Westgate. I mean, it's just been absolutely a great ride. It's going to be more fun this weekend. Now, if people want to make plans to get down there to watch the action beginning on Thursday, how early would you suggest they get there to get a good seat?
Well, the games tip off at 4 o'clock. I'd suggest no later than 2:30. It starts really filling up about that time. And we're going to have tons of propositions. We're working on those, going to have those out in a couple hours.
Good.
I think 6 props for each game, so that'll be ready. I did want to just mention, too, within the last half hour, we just got up the opening NFL match with the Packers visiting the Bears September 5th, and we put the Bears minus 3.5 and 46, so that's on the betting board already.
You know, Jeff, one question just off the board. What was the house's biggest loss and the biggest win this past weekend?
Well, the biggest loss was the last game on Sunday night, the the Irvine game against, can't even recall who they played, but Irvine losing that.
They played Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon, sorry. That game was our largest because of the liability of the money line favorites going to that one. And we had a few wins spread out here and there, nothing overwhelming. Our handle was up 19%, but it was a lot of small stuff, not really large wagers. So the one game that just stood out was the Oregon-Irvine game. I
got to ask this because I know how I am, and I know how a lot of guys that are involved in gambling on a daily basis, sports betting on a daily basis, have absolutely no interest in the brackets and don't even bother to fill one out. Did you fill out a bracket, and how is it doing if you did?
I did not. I always pass on that.
Me too.
And, my action comes from the games themselves.
Yep.
I'll try to get involved that way and not so much the bracket and just put in one thing and follow all that. So I try to do it from, we handicap these games, put up lines, size, and totals. And if I find something that's different than the market, I'd rather get involved that way myself.
We have a completely different mentality as daily bettors, if you will, and daily analysts than the general public does. That's why I get asked all the time, what's your bracket look like? I don't have one. And then they look at you like you're nuts. It's like, well, wait a minute. You follow this stuff every day. You're supposed to have an advantage. It's like that. Not for anything like that. I'm just looking at each matchup and trying to come up with some kind of an edge. And you guys obviously are trying to look at each matchup to come up with a good number.
Yeah, and it's the same way with me with fantasy. I don't get involved in fantasy either. I would rather get involved from the wagering perspective, whether it's propositions or games themselves. And I just stay away from the fantasy and having to do lineup changes on a nightly basis. And I just concentrate more from the angle of putting up lines and finding market prices.
Next time we talk to you, the baseball season will be about a week old. Any future liabilities at this point that stick out to you?
Well, right now, our largest on the season win totals is the Orioles under. They cannot get enough of that under, and we thought we made a low enough number.
Well, they won 47 last year, so, even if they improved 10 games, they might still stay under.
Yeah, I mean, we just went to 58 today, and we're still getting under money at 58. So, we thought we went low, but it's obviously not low enough. And, the Yankees over, the Orioles under, that's a lot of what we're getting.
Good stuff, Jeff, and that leads us perfectly into baseball conversation. Jeff, we'll do it again next Tuesday, and have a great week.
Okay, thanks. You guys, too.
Again, make sure and follow Jeff Sherman on Twitter at Golf Odds, and his website is golfodds.com for the latest numbers on the golf. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take the break early, and then we can come back and spend a little more time on the baseball with Adam Burke, Ralph Michaels, and myself, Dave Cokin. We'll be right back.
The Las Vegas Sportsline.
I was a 10-year-old boy holding the flashlight for my dad while he worked on an air conditioner for a customer. His name was Duncan Goodrich. He didn't talk much, but there's a certain kind of magic that happens when a son holds a flashlight for his father. I held it steady and quiet, and Dad talked to me while he worked. He said, when a person needs help, you respond right away, not when it's convenient for you. He said, always do the right thing. Always do what's right. And he said, the Gettle Iron Horse is a magnificent machine. Nothing else even comes close. That was the first night I held the flashlight for my dad, but it wouldn't be the last. At Dad's funeral, I realized that every time he handed me that flashlight, he was passing the torch. And my dad believed in Gettle air conditioners. So I bought the company, Gettle, Goettl. It'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell. You can count on us to respond right away and do the right thing always. No one knows air conditioning like Gettle. Goettl.
Contractor license number 0079414.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $500 million for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm with Cliff Miller from MJ Christensen at Boca Park. Cliff, I'm an old guy. I got some old jewelry. Any ideas what I can do with it?
Oh, absolutely. One of our largest categories is custom design. My son Rusty does it all. And it's the most incredible thing to see styles that are 30, 40 years old that people haven't worn in years and see what he creates out of those diamonds, precious gems, and that metal. And you will be sparkling and feel top of the world when you leave MJ Christensen.
MJ Christensen, located at Boca Park.
The weather is perfect for a round of golf, and there's no better golf course than the exquisite 27-hole Robert Trent Jones Jr. design at Spanish Trail Country Club. For a limited time, Spanish Trail Country Club has no locker fee, no bag storage fee, and no food and beverage minimums. Spanish Trail Country Club is offering their young executive, corporate, and full golf membership specials that include the entire household at no additional cost. For more information, call Jim at 702-678-1023 or visit SpanishTrailCC.com.
PT's Taverns, Sean Patrick's, Sierra Gold, and SG Bar have plenty of madness for you this March. Enjoy $4 Modelo pints and hot dogs from $3 during all men's basketball tournament games. Make a deposit of $5 or more at one of our William Hill Sportsbook kiosks to earn your entry to win your share of $15,000 in free bets. PT's Taverns, your home for basketball season.
Have you been in a car accident while working? Did you know you might have 2 cases? I'm attorney Matt Hoffman with Battleborn Injury Lawyers. When you're in a car accident on the job, you can make a claim against the other driver, and you can also make a claim for workers' compensation. And work comp can provide a lifetime of free medical treatment. At Battleborn, we'll handle both cases. And if we do, we'll handle your work comp case for free. If you've been hurt on the job, call Battleborn Injury Lawyers today at 570-9000. That's 570-9000.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. Chuck, why is DLC so popular with the millennials?
I guess it really starts with don'tbebroke.com. Millennials are extremely tech-savvy and pretty much handle all their business on their smartphones and other devices. They don't want to bother taking a Lyft or an Uber to a brick-and-mortar location when they can knock out their entire loan in minutes online and have the money deposited right into their checking account or on their debit card.
So what else makes Dollar Loan Center their spot?
I think it's the speed. We have a simple 4-step application online and have a chat feature available to help them out in real time. They also don't have to ask their parents. It's confidential. Their data is safe and secure. And the real secret sauce?
Drum roll, please.
Absolutely no human interaction necessary.
Now you're talking. No eye contact. Apply online at don'tbebroke.com and get up to $5,000 in just minutes. Get your funds directly deposited into your account. Make your payments online and handle the entire transaction right from your phone.
Licensed by Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
Is credit card debt burying you alive? What if one phone call could help save you thousands of dollars? Years of stress and anxiety. What if one phone call right now could help save your family from bankruptcy? We're Debt Hero, and one phone call to us could help save you thousands. Because if you have more than $5,000 in credit card debt, you may not have to pay it all off. For free information on how we could settle your debt for a lot less than you owe, call 1-800-500-1434. There's no obligation, just free information. Sometimes all it takes to change your life is one phone call. Make your call now and we'll show you, for free, just how much money you could save. 1-800-500-1434. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk to call. This is too important to wait. Call 1-800-500-1434.
On Twitter, follow us at the LV Sportsline and at ESPN 1100.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
I was only half paying attention, Ralph, at the top of the show. You talked about some bet you have with Marco, and I know that Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab is involved for the winning person.
It is. Marco and I made a bet on a video on the air. I took Oregon. He took Wisconsin. It was for a crab